Kalidasa, often hailed as one of the greatest Sanskrit poets and dramatists, lived in ancient India, though his exact dates remain uncertain. His life is as mythical as the tales he wrote, and legends about his transformation from an uneducated man to a poet of unparalleled brilliance have been passed down through generations. This tale combines a narrative of humility, divine intervention, love, and a quest for knowledge, making it a quintessential story of spiritual and intellectual awakening. The early life of Kalidasa, an unlikely poet. In ancient Ujjain, there was once a simple, uneducated man who earned his livelihood as a humble shepherd. Known to be of limited intelligence, he led an unremarkable life, blissfully unaware of his own potential or the world beyond his daily routine. Legends suggest he was as innocent as he was naive, often mocked by others for his lack of understanding. Yet, he possessed a heart full of devotion and humility, qualities often hidden beneath his simplicity. One day, a group of scholars who resided in Ujjain hatched a mischievous plan. The scholars had recently been insulted by Princess Vidyodhama, a brilliant and highly educated woman who prided herself on her intellect. Vidyodhama had taken an oath that she would marry only a man more knowledgeable than herself. She had issued a challenge to all suitors, demanding that they answer her questions using signs and gestures rather than words. Her sharp wit and challenging riddles had frightened away many potential suitors, and her pride had become infamous. The scholars, frustrated by her arrogance, sought to trick her by presenting a simpleton as her suitor. They hoped to teach her a lesson in humility. For their plan, they chose the humble shepherd, Kalidasa, and dressed him in the robes of a scholar. They taught him a few basic gestures, hoping he would be able to match her responses without speaking, thus tricking her into marriage. The marriage to Vidyodhama Kalidasa was brought before the princess, who, unaware of his background, began her test. She initiated the conversation with a gesture of one finger, a signal that represented the notion of unity in philosophical terms. Kalidasa, having no knowledge of her intent, interpreted it in his own innocent way. He responded by showing two fingers, indicating duality. The scholars swiftly interpreted this as a philosophical response, that the world is divided into light and darkness, male and female, life and death. Impressed, Vidyodhama made another gesture, indicating the 5 elements of existence: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Kalidasa, unaware of the significance, responded with a clumsy hand movement, which the scholars interpreted as all elements merged in the mind. Vidyodhama believed she had finally met her match, and the two were wed. However, shortly after their marriage, she discovered Kalidasa's true identity and was overcome with anger and humiliation. She banished him from her chambers, refusing to accept him until he acquired the knowledge worthy of her respect. Kalidasa's transformation, divine intervention. Deeply humiliated and ashamed, Kalidasa wandered into the forest. Stricken by sorrow, he realized his own lack of wisdom had caused his wife immense pain and humiliation. His heart yearned not just for her approval, but also for enlightenment. In a moment of deep despair, he came upon a temple dedicated to goddess Kali, the goddess of power, wisdom, and transformation. Kalidasa knelt before the deity, praying fervently for her blessing. With tears streaming down his face, he expressed his desire not for wealth or power, but for wisdom and the ability to honor his wife and fulfill his potential. Legend has it that after several days and nights of intense prayer and fasting, the goddess appeared before him. She was moved by his humility and desire for knowledge and blessed him with divine intellect, transforming him instantly. When he opened his eyes, he felt a surge of wisdom, clarity, and poetic brilliance coursing through him. Kalidasa's works, an outpouring of genius. Kalidasa returned to society with newfound intellect and sensitivity. Over time, he became renowned for his works, which resonated with deep insights into nature, love, and spirituality. His poetry, plays, and epics became legendary across India, and his words continue to be celebrated as some of the finest examples of Sanskrit literature. Among his most celebrated works were 1. Abhijnana Shakuntalam, the recognition of Shakuntala. In this play, Kalidasa tells the story of King Dushyanta and Shakuntala, who fall in love but are separated by a curse that makes the king forget her. The tale combines elements of love, fate, and reunion, encapsulating the highs and lows of the human experience. The play was praised for its depth of emotion and exploration of dharma, duty, and karma, destiny. 2. Meghaduta, the Cloud Messenger. Meghaduta is a lyrical poem that tells the story of a yaksha, a celestial being who is exiled by his master, Kubera. Separated from his beloved, the yaksha sends a cloud as his messenger to carry words of love and longing across vast landscapes. Kalidasa's vivid descriptions of nature and landscapes, from the rivers and forests to the mountains, reveal an intense connection to the beauty of the natural world. Number 3. Kumarasambhava, the Birth of the War God. This epic poem recounts the divine love story of Shiva and Parvati, whose union leads to the birth of their son, Kartikeya, the god of war, destined to defeat the demon Taraka. It explores themes of cosmic order, devotion, and the balance of masculine and feminine energies. The work is celebrated for its profound portrayal of both romance and the path to spiritual awakening. Kalidasa's legacy and influence. Kalidasa became famous not only in Ujjain, but across all of ancient India. His works transcended time and space, capturing the hearts of people with their beauty, wisdom, and profound understanding of the human condition. His life served as a testament to the transformative power of knowledge and humility, as well as to the idea that true greatness is often born from a sincere desire to serve and uplift others. Kalidasa's transformation story, from an uneducated man to a legendary poet, also became an inspiration for those who sought wisdom. His name became synonymous with divine inspiration, humility, and poetic brilliance. He was often seen as the ideal servant of goddess Kali, whose blessing had not only illuminated his mind, but had also allowed him to bring light to countless others. The enduring mystique of Kalidasa. Kalidasa's life and works remain an integral part of Indian cultural heritage. The mystery surrounding his transformation and his mystical connection with goddess Kali elevate him to almost a divine status among poets and writers. To this day, scholars and admirers of Sanskrit literature continue to study his works, drawing inspiration from his words and the story of his transformation. Kalidasa's legend is a story of humility, devotion, and the ultimate journey toward enlightenment, offering a reminder that wisdom and greatness often find those who seek them with pure hearts and open minds. The story of Kalidasa, the shepherd who became the poet of the gods, endures as a symbol of the transformative power of faith, the blessings of the divine, and the boundless potential that lies within each soul.